After graduation, my goal was to fix the American manufacturing environment. So I worked for General Motors for 24 years in mostly operations. So a little bit of engineering and then operations. So I was in several manufacturing plants, vehicle manufacturing plants, as well as component manufacturing plants. Right as the whole economy was imploded, I took a step back and said, is this really what I wanted to do with my life? And the answer was kind of no. I did some volunteer work for our kids' private school as the head of marketing. And one of the things I had forgotten is how much I learned going in and learning new things. And so through that, someone networked with me and introduced me to an entrepreneur. And he asked me, would you like to go and be in startups, be an entrepreneur? And I said, I've never been the idea person. I don't think that's the right move for me. And he told me, there's 3 things that you need to be a good entrepreneur. You need to have the ideas. And he said, the idea people are a dime a dozen. You need to have money. And he said, frankly, there's money everywhere. Now, an individual might have a hard time getting it, but there's money. He said the 3rd thing is you have to have someone on the management team that can actually run a startup company, and I think you can do it. I've been either CEO or Chief Operating Officer. This is my 5th startup. I actually hit Madison the day before the first meeting for the SBIR Advance. It was a really interesting experience to join the class through the SBIR Advance. I took it very seriously that the CTC and the state of Wisconsin had spent a lot of money to put the class on, and I decided if you spend the money, then you want the people inside the class to actually take it seriously. What I would tell you from the class is, it is my next startup, I'm going to use exactly that process. I mean, it's a really, really good process. And in fact, I look back and I said, I wish I had known about this process in all of my previous startups, because it is easier to talk to somebody when you say, hey, I'm in this class and they want me to talk to you. They'll take that call all day long. And then you start off and say, I'm not trying to sell something, but I have questions and I want to learn about this problem. And they will talk to you because you're not trying to make a hard sell. Now, what I also will tell you is at the end of every conversation, if we thought there was a good fit between our product and their concerns or their needs, we would tell them, hey, we think there might be a potential fit. Would you be willing to let us call on you from a sales perspective? And at that point, if they would always say yes. Everybody that we talked to, that we would tell them, we think there might be a fit, can we call on you from a sales perspective? They always said yes. And in fact, one of the first 5 calls that we made, we just closed a sale with them about 2 weeks ago.